It is October, the month of Halloween. It is the devil's month, and we are approaching the demon holiday. For that to be the theme of the month, it made me think about horror films, horror movies, and psych ward type of horror movies, to be exact. And since it's so popular right now for us to be talking about mental health, let's correlate the two, because why would fucking psych wards always be in horror movies? And why in horror movies it's always some spiritual, some demons, some ghosts? When we watch horror films, a lot of times it's about things that are happening in the spirit realm that the average person does not have access to, so they don't know how to evaluate it. We would watch those horror films and those people would be in the psych wards and they would literally be going through shock treatment. It would be like egregious things that were happening to these people against their own will. They're tied down to beds and they're locked in rooms like they're fucking prisoners. In these movies, they had a real experience, right? About whatever was haunting them prior to them having to go off to this psych ward, or the psych wards themselves are haunted. We can't correlate one without the fucking other. So let's talk about that first and foremost. Now, when we talk about technology and how things have advanced, and how when you think about what they were doing then in the psych wards and how that has just evolved into modern day technology, human experimentation, or they talk about MK Ultra and all of these things, they have evolved technology so much that they have certain things that they can plug you up to. And, they're talking about actual things where they can take your consciousness, right? They can take your consciousness and they can take it and put it somewhere else, right? There's actually conventions, y'all. There's fucking conventions, technology conventions, where they show the capability of cloning, of robots, of droids, of, like I said, taking the consciousness out of something and putting it in something else, right? This seems so sci-fi and like it's only in the movies, but this is actually happening in real fucking time. But the mainstream media, everyday average people don't always have access to these things. It's the people that got all the money. That's why a lot of celebrities have access to the black market. If you're at a certain caliber in the 1% of people that got this money, you get access to things that we don't fucking know about. Whoever manages that access to be able to go get you a clone, they're aware that you have one. But now when you think about secret societies, music industry, and Hollywood, and you talk about all of these, the way that they blackmail these celebrities to make sure that they are pushing a certain agenda, and if they